Hello, Gloria Dares. I'm Pastor Heidi. Welcome back to our fully engaged Bible study as we read through the New Testament. This week, we continue with the Gospel of John, reading chapters 11 through 13. Last week, Pastor Tim ended his Bible study saying that when we see in Jesus how God loves us and acts for us, we have nothing to fear. In this section, we find out that nothing to fear includes even death. This is also a significant section in John, transitioning us from Jesus' public ministry to his hour, that is, his arrest and crucifixion. So, chapter 11 starts, the beginning of our section, it starts with this long story about Lazarus. It begins, "Now a certain man was ill, Lazarus of Bethany, the village of Mary and her sister Martha." Lazarus is Mary and Martha's brother, and we met the sisters Mary and Martha in the Gospel of Luke, chapter 10, if you remember, where they were arguing about who is better, the one who works or the one who sits at Jesus' feet. And there was that little sisterly sibling rivalry maybe. But here in the Gospel of John, we get introduced to them as sisters who clearly have a relationship with Jesus and a belief that he has the power to heal because they send for him when Lazarus is ill. When Lazarus dies, before Jesus can get there, Jesus reveals himself to be even more than a healer. I am, Jesus says, continuing with the I am statements that are a part of John. I am the good shepherd, Jesus says. I am the bread and the life. I am, Jesus says here in John 11, the resurrection and the life. The significance of Jesus is not just in what he does, but it's in who he is. He is the good shepherd who cares for his sheep and makes sure that they have everything they need for good life. He is the bread and the life. That is the one who sustains life morsel by morsel, day by day. He is the resurrection and the life, defeating death, taking away its power to separate people from God and life. With Lazarus, this reality is not just a future hope, but a present one. Resurrection is revealed as not just something that will happen in the future, but happens in our very present. As Lazarus is raised from the dead and all those around are witnesses to it, those who are witnesses are also raised from the dead. They become a part of this moment and they are given faith and the promise that all of life is under God's care and will. The irony is that this miracle of raising Lazarus from the dead pushes Jesus closer to his own death. The aftermath of Jesus raising Lazarus from the dead is that his power is revealed, and this makes everybody nervous. The religious authorities go away convicted that they must do something, and everything is set in motion for Jesus to be arrested and prosecuted. In the Gospel of John, this is really the moment when it's clear that Jesus' hour has come. But when you have power over death, you also have no fear of death. Jesus does not fear what is to come. He does not fear being betrayed by Judas and knowing that this is part of the plan. Jesus does not fear the religious authorities and their plots against him. He does not fear being anointed with perfume as if he's going off to his own burial. He does not fear pouring out his very life or serving his disciples, washing their feet, when that's not something that a teacher or master should do. He knows what giving away life is and about, and he knows who he is and what God is doing. He does not fear death. He does not fear talking about his death, as he will do in chapter 13, beginning his farewell discourse. When you do not fear death, you can talk about death, which Jesus does to prepare his disciples, telling them that they will be okay even when death comes. For Jesus is the resurrection and the life. Nothing to fear, not even death. For Jesus is the resurrection and the life, not just for Lazarus, but for all of us. So, 3 little chapters, my friends, but very good reading. Be blessed by it as you do so and know that Jesus is the resurrection and the life, and let this promise be carried through all of these chapters that you read this week. So, happy reading, and until next time.